I'm going to talk about the concept of feeling behind in life. This definitely is something that I've reflected on, and I see a lot of other people struggle with as well. It's something that has a lot of layers beneath it. It's not something that can be talked about very simply at times because there's so many different factors at play. Feeling behind in life usually stems from, as some may say, the idea of social comparison theory, which is the idea that we compare ourselves to others, and that ultimately leads us to think we are not accomplishing what other people are accomplishing. We may see the person who has it all in a sense, but not realizing that they may be struggling in other aspects of their life. And I think social media definitely has propagated that to a further extent. It's interesting though, because another layer to the idea of feeling behind in life also comes from us creating the identity of who we should be. We think that what we should be is based off of a certain amount of circumstances that we've endured. We think we should be certain things based off what other people near us have told us to be. And the thing about that is that there's so many things that we ourselves don't know. We only know as much as we know. So knowing that, it's interesting because sometimes the best thing is when things don't work out in accordance to what we want. Because when they don't work out in accordance to what we want, we're able to go on this journey of learning more about the world, learning more about ourselves, and ultimately putting ourselves in positions where we're able to express ourselves in ways that we never imagined ourselves to do. And that's something that I have reflected on in my own life because when things have not worked out in my life, I find myself thinking that when it doesn't happen, it's interesting because I find myself thinking that it just opens the world more up for me for more opportunities. So when one thing doesn't work, it allows me to think, oh, now I can try all these other things that I may have not have tried, or put myself in positions that I may have not been able to put myself in because I was so ingrained and focused on this one thing or this one ambition. I think it's important to have ambitions and goals in life and have that focus and drive on one thing, but at the same time, when things don't work out in accordance to the timeline that you had set for yourself or other people have set for yourself, it's also important to realize that that's also something that can lead you to a path that can be so beneficial for you. Yes, at times it does suck in the moment, and I myself feel that way as well, because you think that there is no other path going forward. You think that you are kind of stuck in the situation you are currently in. But as you begin to slowly get out of it, you realize that there is so much more. And when I talk to other people, whether it be mentors or other people who have gone through similar circumstances, I've seen that when you get this shift of mindset or you think that there are more possibilities in life than the one you have, it kind of provides a sense of ease in a sense. And it did for me as well, because it makes me feel like I have control in the sense that I can decide where I can put myself in or what position I can put myself in. And that's really freeing to know And that really gave me that way of thinking that, yeah, there is more to this than where I'm at. I'm currently finding a transition point in my own life right now. I'm in my 30s right now, and it's an interesting concept to grapple with for sure. And I think it's something that I find that when you think of it more differently rather than how most people would think of it as something that is a setback, I think it really allows us to really put ourselves out there in ways that we may not have otherwise. And I find myself through even like starting this YouTube channel, making this video, that's something that I was able to start now because I have the time to do so. Because prior to this, I was focused on something else, going to being a physician, but now I'm transitioning to something else. So it's an interesting thing to think about for sure when things don't work out in the way you thought it would be. Because I ultimately thought I was going to be a doctor, but it didn't work out for me. So finding other avenues, other approaches is so great to have. And I think us as human beings are so complex. We can give so much more than we think. So I close this by just challenging anyone who's maybe feeling like they're behind in life or struggling with that. Just take that time to reflect and think, what other ways can I provide benefit, or what other ways can I put myself in a position where I can still align with the values and principles that I hold deeply for myself? Because ultimately, the occupation that you will go towards is based off the values that you hold. And if you're able to know those values at a deeper sense, there's always a way to bring those values into different careers. It doesn't have to be in just one. So, hope this video helps you and hope you have a great rest of your day. And be sure to subscribe and like this video. And please comment as well if you have any other stories that you would want to share so that other people can gain benefit as well.